Hey everybody, it's Michael. What I want to talk about here today is working online from home. That seems to be the direction that a lot of people are going these days, with the economy and um, how things are going in their financial lives. Working online is becoming you know, a big interest to everybody. So what I want to talk to you about is deciding if that's, the way you want to go, if that's something, that's right for you. So what you want to do, ask yourself some questions here that I have. Just ask yourself, the first one here is, how do I know if it's for me? Okay. Um, you would need to ask yourself that and know that, is working online something that you'd be able to do, basically working at home, and not for somebody else? Are you a person that can be disciplined enough to commit to it and stay focused on it because you're not working for somebody else, where you're on their schedule, and they're paying you to do their job, and you do that, or you don't have a job? Whereas if you're working for yourself online at home or wherever, you have distractions. Can you discipline yourself enough to work online for yourself and make it and be successful with it? Next one is, do I have what it takes? Yeah, do you have what it takes to do that? Do you have do you have the time to do that? Do you have um, your surroundings? It depends on what, your family life or whatever you have around. Do you have, are you able to get away and and commit to it? Put aside distractions and all that, and you know um, basically the first these two tie together. These first two items here, and are you able to focus on it and commit to it and work to make it happen for you? Next is, where is my mind currently? Basically, are you thinking about working online just because you don't want to work for anybody else? Your current situation at work is, you're just not happy with it. Maybe you're fighting with your boss or not like your coworkers. Is that where your mind is at, or is your mind set where this is what you really want to do? You really want to work for yourself, and you can commit to that. Next question we ask yourself is, what are my financial goals? What is your current state financially? Where do you want to be, a year from now, 5 years from now? What is your goals? How much do you want to earn? You want to answer those questions, before you start something, so you have goals set and you have a path that you're going to follow. And then, why am I considering doing this? Um, am I doing this because I want to better myself, better my family, better my future outcome? Am I doing this because I just got laid off, or why are you considering doing this? You want to ask yourself those questions before you get started, because like for me personally, is, I want to do this. This is what I want to do full time. There's just, I guess, comes a time in everybody's life, at least for me, that you know you get tired of answering to somebody else all the time. You got to follow their schedule and you know obviously do what your job is, so you can keep your job. Um, I want to be able to have the flexibility to do the things I want when I want to do them, more as opposed to having to get up to an alarm clock every day and go to work for somebody else. I want to work for myself. I want to set my own goals and set my own business plan and take that business and move it forward and really feel good about my accomplishments. So that's my take on that. Instant Payday Network is what I'm working on. It's a free business. There's 100% free to join. There's no you know payments that you have to do. You sign up for it, you get into it, you have a whole training system there available to you. Everything is laid out for you, and there's it's it's something that you can easily have success with. It's a great starting point, especially if you want to start with something free, which is, I think, a good way to go to get your feet wet in this. And so that's pretty much it for now. Just give that some thought when you want to start working online. You ask yourself those questions. You have the right answers, and it's for you. Get moving on it. Okay, folks. The link is there on the screen for you, and I'll also put it below this video. If you guys want to check it out, nothing to lose. Go for it. Again, thanks for listening, and please hit subscribe. Thank you.